Hello, internets! Content warning for today's video. We are watching interrogation footage, which I will warn you does cover some pretty extreme topics. I know it at least covers murder, and those are typically violent. So if this isn't your kind of video, don't worry. I will see you in the next one. If you're still here, run that intro. Welcome back, and ain't you looking fine, YouTube? I hope you are having a wonderful week. I'm doing a little bit better with the allergies, but they're still pretty terrible. But this will not hold me back. Today we are reacting to a video called A Killer Realizes Their Victim is Still Alive by Dr. Insanity. The original video, as always, will be linked below. And if you support it, I will mentally pat you on the brains. I'm not even gonna tell you to like and subscribe to this video, cause you should already know. Okay, but for realsies, if you wanted to like and subscribe, I wouldn't mind. Without further ado, let's get into the stew. Did that work?
Do you know what happened to Adriana tonight?
No, I don't.
She talked to us. She said that you and Heather did this to her. So that's why we're talking to you two.
This is the moment Tina realized her murder victim was still alive. And to make things worse, her victim had just told the cops everything they needed to know to put her behind bars for the rest of her life.
We know what happened out there. It's just going to be a matter of getting fingerprints and evidence back. I'm going to do it. I promise to go.
Tina is currently...
Yeah, see, that's a hard thing, though, listen, I don't want to ever encourage them to not leave a victim alive. Like, please, if you're trying to murder someone, don't be fucking thorough. Let us save them. But for fuck's sake, like, get cat's out of the bag, babe. You're gonna have a rough time arguing this one. I never had an interrogation. Mainly because,
being interrogated over the horrific attack of her friend in Florida. Like most teenage fights, it apparently started because of a dispute over a guy. But this isn't the story that she and two other suspects would tell investigators in this extremely sick case.
Okay. Tina, you know, can I call you Tina?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Obviously know
Tina.
something's up. So tell me what happened tonight.
Nothing happened that I know of. Heather just said that something about Adriana got beat up real bad.
Okay. You don't know anything about that?
No.
See your arms and hands if I could. Okay. And what's this right here?
Defensive wounds.
This?
Yeah.
I have a puppy.
Okay. And your puppy calls that?
Look, I'm gonna here.
Got your chin? Okay.
19-year-old Adriana had gone over to her neighbor's house to patch things up after an argument, but she had no idea that fate was waiting for her. That neighbor was Tina Brown, and Adriana was walking straight into a trap. What started off as a fight quickly turned into something much worse, but according to Tina, she's got an alibi.
So where were you tonight?
At Heather's.
At Heather's house?
Heather said she was
I know you guys don't need me to tell you this, but I also know I'm gonna tell you anyways. There is no problem that necessitates this. Nothing that these girls were disputing over, boys, whatever. It does not matter. No problem is so big that this final thing is... Oh, goodness gracious. You know, it occurs to me I don't actually probably need to tell the majority of you not to murder. But I don't know. Don't anyways, okay? Okay. We're bad guys, not bad guys, you know.
Down there, she was cooking fish and french fries, and then we just started watching movies.
You were there all night until the cops came up there?
Mm-hmm.
What time did you go over there?
Probably just started getting dark.
Okay,
Booker, boys!
About sunset. Was anybody over at Heather's house when you went over there?
Just Heather and her husband.
Heather? Okay.
Did anybody else come over there?
Her and her little friend girls were at the house. She said she hurt her hand, so usually we get there and everything is all right. So I don't end up going with her, but she said she was going to the emergency room.
What time was that when they came by? You know?
I'm confused.
Was it long after you got there?
No.
Okay. So early in the evening?
I don't know if I should advertise this, but I have a really hard time telling when people are lying to me. So, like, I would not be a good investigator because I'd just be sitting there like, wait, what? But, what? Like, I just get lost in the sauce. Oh, I'm gonna try harder. I've got my investigation cap on and my brain. Let's go.
After sunset.
Tina's daughter, Brittany, was also at Heather's house at the time, but the problem here was that they, along with Tina, were the three main suspects in the case. The detective already knows there's bad blood between Tina and Adriana and spent some time discussing their friendship.
What has been going on between you and Adriana this week?
Oh, a whole bunch of stuff. Actually, Adriana, me and Adriana were together today.
Okay. Where were y'all
At my
together?
house.
Were you?
What was going on there?
We were just sitting there watching movies, trying to get my computer, pull it up where I can get iTunes and watch movies.
Have y'all had any problems?
Oh, yeah. We've had problems. The first 3 trailers, we've had problems for a long time.
What's the problems?
Well, lately, the new problem is she thinks that I'm the one who had her boyfriend locked up in jail.
Okay, so she's mad at you thinking her boyfriend's locked up because of you.
Yeah, but we talked about it earlier today.
This would be one of several accusations that surrounded the 4 women. Tina's daughter Brittany also claimed Adriana slept with her boyfriend. But even so, Tina says there were no issues over the last few days.
Like, this is like a... This is like an Am I the A-hole thread from Reddit that just went way off the rails. Dumb. Ay.
Actually just started back talking today.
Okay.
Because I asked her this morning, what was I doing this morning?
I don't know. What were you doing?
I was trying to make
Murdering?
some phone calls. And I wanted to heat up some chicken, so I asked her would she put the church's chicken in her microwave, and she heated it up for me and brought it to my house.
Okay. Do you know what happened?
So then you murdered her.
No, I don't. Heather just said she got beat up, but that's all I know.
A little bit more than that.
The detective is talking about the horrifying injuries covering Adriana's body. And despite her story, Tina knows exactly what happened. Tina, Brittany, and Heather waited for Adriana to arrive at Tina's house in Ensley before ambushing her with a taser and beating her down with a crowbar. The 3 then threw her in the trunk of a car and drove her to a secluded patch of woodland where they set her on fire and then walked away. Clearly, they expected her to be dead, but Adriana not only survived this horrific attack, but managed to crawl to a nearby house and find help. She...
Holy shit. Okay, listen. You guys know I blind watched this shit. I was not inherently prepared for that level of malice. Like, she was sitting there so fucking calmly. I can't fathom that same person tried to light another person on fire. Oh my god. Okay. We're continuing. We're good. I'm so good.
Did this with burns covering over 60% of her body. None of the suspects, including Tina, know that she survived until the detective drops this bombshell.
We're not sure if she's gonna make it or not.
No, I don't.
Did she talk to us, or she talked to the people that came over to help her? She told us.
The literal, like, she leans forward, like, wait, what? Repeat that? What was that again? What? I lit her on fire. How is she? I mean, what? Bro, oh, God.
She told them.
I could just imagine what's that.
She said that you and Heather did this to her. So that's why we're talking to you two.
But she said I called. She's been saying a lot of stuff lately.
Okay.
She said I called.
Oh, really?
Because this is all stuff that we talked about today at my house.
Okay.
About
you lighting her on fire?
Okay.
And I asked her if she do it. She said no. I mean, I couldn't prove she did it, so I didn't argue about it, fuss about it.
So it's justifiable.
So you thought she did it?
Just because what people said, but.
Did you hear about her window getting busted out?
Whose window?
Adriana's window.
Suddenly we don't even know the
Few days
person.
ago.
You
didn't hear about it?
No, sir, I didn't.
And
like
you
we're
said tonight you
driving
were
for
over at
time.
Heather
We're
and
like,
Darren's,
whose
right?
window?
And you didn't go anywhere.
No.
Did anybody come over there while you were there?
He had somebody come over, but I didn't go out.
Who were they that came over?
Suspicious.
He was dark skinned and he had braids.
Okay.
And then there's another guy, but I didn't know who that guy
Blocker
was.
sound familiar?
Yeah.
And did anybody else come over?
Yeah.
I thought nobody came over.
You know who that was?
How interesting.
No,
Suddenly it's a whole fucking party.
And what was Darren doing while y'all over there cooking? Anything?
Laying on the couch watching movies.
Is that pretty much what y'all were doing all the way until the cops came? Okay, so you, Darren, and Tina were sitting in the living room. Heather were sitting there in the living room
Tina.
watching movies. And when the cops knocked on the door, what'd y'all do?
We were sitting there.
Okay. Why didn't you answer the door?
It ain't my door.
Okay. So y'all sat there, and when the cops came, they didn't answer the door.
It ain't my door is
How long
an
were y'all in there
incredible
before you did
We
defense.
answer
thought
the
that
door?
I guess the tape was going out because Adriana has a little boy that's kind of hyper. He said that little boy probably had got that taser and tased that little girl.
All right, but you were home all night. You didn't see any kind of disturbance going on over there before the cops came over there or anything?
No, we would have heard something.
Right now, Tina is starting to show signs of guilt. She's slumped over with her head hung down and avoiding eye contact, indicating she's very ashamed and regretful. Or at
I
the very
avoid eye
least,
contact
sorry
just as
she's
a
been
general
caught.
rule.
Whatever the case may be, she definitely seems uncomfortable. But as the detective points out, it's
Well, she
definitely
murdered
not
somebody.
for the right reasons.
You didn't go get anything or go anywhere at all?
I don't think so.
Okay. You seem kind of lackadaisical about this. I'm telling you that this woman is probably going to die and has named you as the person that's harmed her. It kind of, doesn't sit easy with me that you're just so nonchalant about this.
Explain that.
I just talked to her today and I told her I never called DCFS on the kids.
Okay. Well, she's probably going to die is the word we're getting. And we're concerned over that. And the last person she said that did this to her is you and Heather. Okay? We're going to go out there. We know what happened out there.
Sister.
It's just going to be a matter of getting fingerprints and evidence back. Okay?
Once again, Tina shows her guilt, this time by touching her lips. This is often a telltale sign someone is lying and is trying to hide that fact by covering
To be
their
fair,
mouth.
it's also kind of a
The reason we're
self-soothing
here.
gesture.
Basically,
She's under a lot of pressure
what she
right now.
told the fireman was that you two came and grabbed her.
Fireman? Well, say what now?
What she told the fireman was that
Why does
you
that
two
surprise you?
came over and grabbed her,
Interesting.
pulled her out of that house, beat her, and harmed her.
And nobody out there, the kids or nobody saw none of this.
Nobody saw it. We talked to
Lady
everybody in that
next door's
neighborhood.
kids are always outside.
We've talked to everybody in the neighborhood. You
Didn't
saw them all
nobody
out
hear
there.
nothing?
Nope.
Honey, if she's on her deathbed, why
And
would
she's
she
saying that
lie?
y'all did it. And we're sitting here talking to you, and then I'd certainly appreciate, and I know Tom appreciates that you're talking to us. But we got to get to the bottom of this, and we got to know what happened, the truth. And there are two choices here. Either you're going to tell us, or Heather's going to tell us. So, who's going to be?
I didn't do anything to her.
Okay.
Promise to God.
And you were home all night.
Was at Heather's house.
You were at Heather's all night. Never left there. Because, see, the story between Heather and Darren is already shaky. And your story is a third version of what they've told us so
Dun,
far.
dun,
It's a serious
dun.
allegation. I mean, this is life-changing.
My natural
And
instinct is
somebody's
to
lost
feel
their
bad
hand
for
over
her
this.
because she's
We're getting
emotional,
told that
but I'm also
she's
like,
in pretty critical condition. at
you
this
little
point.
woman
It's
on
not likely
fire
to make it.
tonight.
When Adriana
I
was
don't
found,
have to have
she
empathy for
reportedly
you, really.
told her rescuers that Tina had never expected her to make it out of the woods, let alone make it to safety. But despite her brave fight, Adriana died from her
God
ordeal
damn it.
16 days after her rescue.
I mean, she was just
Fuck,
today.
that's
Why
such
she
a
didn't tell
bummer.
me? I've been blamed for a lot. Well, it's a circle.
Girl,
cycle over there.
you-
It goes
you did
trailer
murder
one, trailer
her.
two, trailer
Well, she
three,
didn't do
trailer
it to
four.
herself. Somebody did it to her.
Adriana been riding that bike all day today.
Okay. But somebody did it to her.
I didn't.
Okay.
I swear I
But she's saying you did it.
didn't. Adriana been saying I didn't. I did
It may
a
be
lot
the
of
last
stuff.
thing she tells somebody. You know?
Tina, Heather, and Brittany were all found guilty of murder, with Tina believed to be the ringleader. Had Adriana not made it that day, these 3 killers could have escaped justice. But now Tina sits on death row, waiting for her day of execution.
Oh, dear.
Detectives often know exactly who the killers are right from the start, they just need to prove it. But sometimes, things are different, like in
my heart goes out to the families of both the victims, even the perpetrators, because those families are having their own kind of loss right now. This is my required mandatory plug for therapy. Therapy is always an option. Please. Okay.
in this case, where the detectives realize they got things completely backwards, and their main suspect ends up revealing the shocking truth in the hunt for a missing girl.
Do you suspect Sam in any of this?
The guy that, was interested in her, and, some other guys that were interested in her, but they found out she had a boyfriend, they're friends now. I really couldn't see him doing it.
One afternoon in April 2006, 17-year-old Ashley left her home in Illinois with her boyfriend for an interview and a basketball game, saying she'd be back before 10:30. Ashley didn't return that night. Her terrified parents called the police, who found her boyfriend's vehicle abandoned with 2 outfits, one for the interview and one for the game. Adding up all the evidence, her boyfriend Jeremy was now the prime suspect and was taken in for questioning.
Has she been through
Wait a minute. Hold up. I have to move. All right, officer. I'm ready. What did you do, dirtbag? I'll
trouble or
pressure
trying
him
times
sore.
recently or anything like that?
Not recently. A while back, we had an abortion, though. And
How long was that?
probably December.
Okay.
It was a little bit before December.
How did she take that?
She was all right. I mean, it wasn't like horrible, like a bout of depression or anything. She's fine, and she's a lot better now.
How often do you see her?
I don't trust this
Once a day,
person.
usually, and then on Tuesday nights we don't see each other because I got a designated party night with my buddies. So other than that, it's usually once a day.
Once a day. So, I mean, you guys are pretty serious. And
Yeah.
it's been going out for how long now?
Almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in July.
What if somebody came up and said that, that she had some marijuana in her room?
I'd be real surprised.
Okay.
I'd be
And
real
that- and
because
that-
she tells me everything.
What about possibly owing somebody in Cahokia?
The music is so scary.
I'd be really surprised.
Do you know the name Mike? That name sound familiar?
Mike Wazowski.
No.
Maybe that sounds familiar.
A name comes up during the questioning that Jeremy has never
Mike
heard before,
Wazowski.
and his reaction to hearing the new name is noticeable. This would be one of many men in Ashley's life that he doesn't know about, but there's one that remains familiar to Jeremy. 27-year-old Sam.
Do you suspect anything between Sam and Ashley?
No. I couldn't see it. I mean,
Ashley,
I
what
trust
are you
them both
doing,
too
girl?
much. I mean, I trust her so much more than him, because it's my girlfriend. I don't think he would ever do anything to harm her. It's just, it doesn't seem like it's his nature.
Well, what about if, possibly not even harming, but what about if they were to, if they were an item or something like that? Would you suspect that at all?
No.
I just want
The
to
fact
check
that you
in
had
really fast. I gotta be honest. I don't even really know who the bad guy is in this one. They're presenting it in a way that, I might just be totally missing something. Please comment if I'm just oblivious. But, did this guy do it? Because, I thought they said her clothes are found in his car, but now we're asking about a bunch of other people, and she's got this secret life stuff going on. What the hell?
Tuesday night, you were telling me that you guys had a little argument. What was that about?
It was because apparently I yelled at her or something and she didn't like it.
Or something? What
She
does that
gave me
mean?
all my stuff back, what she had, and said, I'm going to break up with you. And I said, no, we talked it over and stuff. And, it
I don't
was
like that.
all just
That's
just
sticky.
stressed because that's when she thought that she might be pregnant. And
Tuesday night again.
yeah, and she turns out she wasn't. And that was the stress of that, doing that, and,
Do you know any friends that she might be
Suspicious.
with that that good friends that she would hang out with, that she would go to their house or anything like that?
I can't see the ones that she would, their parents letting it happen and not letting her parents know. There's no way that if she went to Brittany's house, there's no way Brittany's parents would, not tell Ashley's parents. Or Christy's house, there's no way Christy's parents would not tell Ashley's parents,
Who does she normally hang out with, like, there at school?
Christy and some other girls. I don't know their names because I've never really met them outside of school. But she's played basketball with, I think, a couple of them that I haven't met. And
Okay, I do
their
know
names,
he's
but
seemingly giving a lot of
other than that,
information and
just
details that
Christy's
don't
like the
super
main
matter.
When Jeremy
That's
said Ashley
not
went out of town to
the
play
most
basketball, the
reliable
detectives
thing.
wondered what it was that made her travel so far when there were basketball courts nearer her home. It turns out that the reason was Sam, and Jeremy was completely clueless about anything going on between them. Suddenly, police have a brand new suspect.
How long have you known Sam?
I was probably sophomore in high school, I want to say.
Is this
you met
just
him,
the
he was a
innocent himbo caught in the middle?
I'm pretty sure he was a teacher over in St. Louis. I think he was doing something with kids. And then he was also doing wrestling stuff. He plays a lot of sports. So.
No, does he?
Yeah.
What's he like? What's he?
He's just your all-around average, guy. I mean, loves the party and, loves to teach. That's like his main goal. But
I don't really think
he's
of a
just
teacher as a
average.
partier,
I mean, there's
but
nothing
okay.
special, unique about him. Just easygoing guy.
But as far as like physical abuse at the house,
No.
have you ever seen anything like that? Have you ever seen any marks on her or anything like that?
No.
Bruises or anything?
I
Has she
hope
called you up
not.
and told you anything like that? Or
No.
Okay.
I know she's runs into walls a lot, like literally. I mean, she's got kind of. I've seen her do it. Not like she says that she runs into walls, but I've seen her because I don't know if you want to call it she's blonde or whatever, but yeah, it's not like a continuous thing. I've just seen her. Do
A
it
little
couple times,
clumsy
but
does not have
Never
anything to
wrong,
do with hair
Her
color.
mom, she's real nice. I mean, she's raising 2 girls and dealing with Mike, but
What's he like? What's he?
he's good. He's a good dad. I mean, he loves them both those kids to death.
After pressing him for nearly an hour, it slowly became clear to detectives that Jeremy had nothing to do with his girlfriend's disappearance. But he had given them vital information about her 27-year-old
for
basketball
sussing you,
friend.
Jeremy.
Sam was a teacher at a rival school,
You're
and his number
next.
was found in Ashley's phone.
Next up
It
to
turns
the
out
sus block.
they made an awful lot of phone calls to each other, so this time he was brought in for questioning. In a story we've all heard before, Sam started out by claiming their relationship was friendship and nothing more.
Well, I'd give her like a hug goodbye. I would do that. That's not sexual, is it? To give someone a hug goodbye. I think she kind of started becoming obsessed with me.
I
Like I
don't-
said, she was calling me literally nonstop at times.
But after being
I hate
confronted with
him.
the testimony of Ashley's friends, he changed his story.
I will say this: we never kissed. We never kissed. Yes, we did have sex in the back of
What?
the vehicle there, and after that day, I felt absolutely terrible about that.
Sam changed his story several times during the course of the questioning, and it was becoming
Can we
clear
put
to
him in
detectives
jail?
he knew more than he was
Please?
saying about Ashley's disappearance. The detective needs to break down the barrier that Sam has created, and in order to do that,
Tell the
they
truth,
try to guilt
mother
him into
trucker.
a confession. They're going to use his most loved family members against him as a way of making him crumble.
Get him.
Grandma's not here.
I know.
Your mom's not here.
Your dog's not
But you know
here.
what? In a way they are. Because everything they taught you, all the talks Grandma had with you,
Yeah.
are within you.
Yeah.
All of them are. And unfortunately,
So what
right
to
now,
do to
Sam,
her?
You ain't telling us the truth.
Can I go show you what happened?
Please. She's still out there, Sam? She
Oh
is.
no.
And where's it at?
Oh, I don't think she's gonna survive either.
I have to show you.
It took these detectives an agonizing 12 hours
Holy
to crack Sam.
shit.
But he finally admitted to being responsible for Ashley's disappearance.
Oh,
He
that
told
poor
police that he got
girl.
Ashley in a chokehold during the argument and heard her neck snap. He decided to make it look like she had been strangled, so he choked her again, and she became lifeless when he left the scene. Sam thought after 30 hours she would be long dead, and he was taking the police to find her body. But by some miracle,
Wait,
Ashley was found
really?
barely
Really?
alive. It took her weeks to wake up from the coma she had slipped into, and even longer to heal the psychological wounds.
Oh my God!
but she was able to testify against Sam and live to see him sentenced to 20 years for attempted murder. If you enjoy true crime videos like this, make sure you're subscribed to see more.
She fucking lived, you guys! That was the best fucking ending there could have been. Holy shit. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I like true crime too much, cause like you said, we gotta study the murderer so they can't murder us. The original video is in the description below. Please support it. Please like and subscribe on this one. And okay, bye. Gang gang.